Hi, I'm Jeff Bush from Informed Family Financial Services and the host of Financially Speaking with Jeff Bush. We're pleased to bring you this presentation of the Academic Challenge.
The PCTV Network proudly presents Academic Challenge, best known as Quiz Bowl, where area high school students compete for academic supremacy. And now your host, the incomparable Mr. Todd Kelly.
Welcome to the 2018 PCTV Academic Quiz Bowl Tournament, sponsored by Informed Family Financial. Each winter, some of the brightest students from area high schools compete academically through a series of matches in the Academic Quiz Bowl League. The questions cover a wide range of topics, from mathematical equations to scientific theories, from ancient history to English grammar, and from world religions to popular culture. Each year, I am amazed at how quickly and accurately the teams, under great pressure, can answer these challenging questions. The seedings for this year's TV tournament were determined by the final rankings during the season. So today's match pits Pope John Paul II High School against Pottsgrove High School. So let me introduce the team. So representing PJP, we have Nicholas, we have Andrew, who's also serving as the captain, Thomas, and Jason. Representing Pottsgrove, we have Lucas, who's serving as the captain, Fox, Gabe, and finally, Molly. Each match will consist of 3 rounds. The first round has 15 toss-up questions, which either team may answer in 5 seconds. If a team misses a question, the opposing team has the chance to answer correctly on the rebound. A correct answer earns the team a bonus question. For this, the team has 10 seconds to confer before the captain voices the answer. Computational questions are given a little extra time, a total of 30 seconds. So here we're ready to begin this match. Toss-up number 1, injuries. What kind of tissue is injured with a gamekeeper's thumb? All right, and I got an answer from Andrew.
Muscle tissue?
That's incorrect. Otherwise known as a skier's thumb or a UCL tear. Lucas.
A tendon?
That's also correct. I'm looking for a ligament or connective tissue. Okay, toss-up number 2 is computational. It's numbers. There must be a formula for this, and hopefully you know it. How many 5-digit numbers that end in 1 are there? Got an answer from Gabe.
20.
That's incorrect. Rebound, remaining time. All right, Andrew. Oh, you're off by a lot, both teams. It's 9,000. 9,000. Okay. By the way, when you give your answer, remember to push the button so that you can get the microphone on there. All right. Okay. Well, like I said, there must have been some kind of formula for that, but obviously we didn't know it. I wish we had some kind of music to fill in the time there, because that's a lot of silence. Let's see how you do in this next one. We started with injuries. We're going to injuries again. Different question, though. A type of concussion called dementia pugilistica is most common among competitors of what sport? All right, Lucas.
Football?
That's incorrect. Rebound. Okay, Thomas.
Boxing?
Boxing, yes, because another word for a boxer is a pugilist. All right? Boxing, I could take fighting or wrestling, but not football. So, you guys, for PJP, you get a bonus in the category of navigational bearings. You are heading in what intercardinal direction if your bearing is 135 degrees? Okay, Andrew.
Southeast.
Southeast is 100% correct. You've got it. All right. Our next question is for both teams. It's toss-up number 4. We're going to call it computational, but it's going to be really fast. So 30 seconds still. Acceleration. That's why I know it's going to be fast. The velocity of a sprint car changed from 40 meters per second to 10 meters per second during an interval of 2 seconds. Okay, Andrew.
Negative 15 meters per second squared.
That's correct. That's 100%. I told you it was going to be fast. Negative 15 meters per second squared. Okay, you get a bonus in the Earth. What part of the solid Earth varies in thickness from about 6 kilometers under the ocean basins to some 35 kilometers beneath the continents?
Crust.
That is the crust. You got it. Toss-up number 5, questions. What kind of questions are these? I got an answer from Thomas.
Rhetorical questions?
And that is correct. That's a good answer. Like, what's the matter with kids today? That's a rhetorical question. You get a bonus. We laugh about this, but because certain questions that come up, we know we can anticipate those answers. You get a bonus in historical paintings. Charles Waterhouse painted the U.S. Marines capturing the Barbary pirate fortress at Derna in 1805. In what North African kingdom? Okay, Andrew.
Libya.
Okay, that's incorrect. You're kind of going to kick yourself for this because at that time, that wasn't what the kingdom was called. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Okay. Toss-up number 6, both teams. Water projects. The goal of the controversial Cadiz project is to pump groundwater under what great American desert to sites throughout Southern California? Okay, Thomas.
The Mojave Desert?
The Mojave Desert is correct. You get a bonus in thefts. In 1911, Vincenzo Perugia stole what famous painting from the Louvre in Paris? Okay, they get 10 seconds.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa is correct. It's hard to think of other famous paintings that might have been stolen. There are a lot, though, actually. Okay, toss-up number 7 for both teams. Add errors. What word was intended in this advertisement? Weekend getaway. Enjoy the amenities at the Holiday Inn. Okay, I got an answer very quickly from Thomas.
Amenities?
Amenities is correct. I saw both teams trying to buzz in. Fast fingers count. You get a bonus in clouds. These are types of what kind of low clouds? Radiation, ground, advection, steam, evaporation, ice, freezing, and upslope. Yes.
Mist.
Okay. Incorrect. You were very close. Fog. Fog was all they wanted. Yes. Toss-up number 8. Carbohydrates, both teams. In contrast to starches, what simple carbohydrates, such as monosaccharides and disaccharides, got an answer from Thomas.
Sugars?
Sugars is correct. You get a bonus in Africa. What is the current name of the country once named for Cecil Rhodes? Okay.
South Africa.
Okay, that's incorrect. Zimbabwe or also Zambia, but at least you didn't say Wakanda or anything like that. All right. Toss-up number 9, both teams. Ocean floors. These are regions beneath what ocean? Amundsen Abyssal Plain, Fram Basin, Boreas Abyssal Plain. Okay, I got an answer from Thomas.
The Atlantic Ocean?
That's incorrect. Chukchi Plain, Nansen Basin, Greenland Plain, Okay.
Arctic.
That's right, the Arctic Ocean. Finally, we got something like Greenland. We know where that is. All right. Pottsgrove, you get a bonus in authors. These authors share what first name? Aji, Baldwin, Joyce, Patterson.
Robert.
That's incorrect. James Joyce. Okay. Toss-up number 10 is, again, computational. I hope you know your modular arithmetic. We'll see who puts down their pencils immediately. Okay. In modulo 10, what is the product of 150 and 25? Okay, I got an answer from Thomas.
150.
That's incorrect. Rebound, remaining time to Pottsgrove. Okay, Lucas.
3,750.
That's also incorrect. The answer was 0. 0. I don't know, what level of mathematics do you do modulos, or do you do that anymore? They're shaking their heads. Okay, all right. Well, obviously they do them somewhere, because these questions are to different high schools throughout the country. Toss-up number 11, pirates. Maybe we're better with pirates. The captured French merchantman, renamed the Queen Anne's Revenge, served for months as the flagship of what notorious pirate? Okay, Andrew.
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard is correct. Good old Edward Teach Blackbeard. You get a bonus in monoliths. Among the famous monoliths in the U.S. are El Capitan, Half Dome, and Morro Rock. In what state? And your answer is?
Wyoming.
Ah, so close. California was the correct answer. Toss-up number 12, politics. An idea put forward by a politician in order to gauge its popularity and acceptance is called what kind? Yes, Gabe.
A plank.
That's incorrect. Of balloon. Yes, Andrew.
A test balloon.
No, a trial balloon, and that's actually the term. Toss-up 13, diphthongs. In the poem, Casey at the Bat, what is the first word with a diphthong? And time's expired. The word would be outlook. Toss-up 14, marine life. Name the important source of food for many fish and whales that, okay.
Algae.
That's incorrect. That consists of a diverse array of floating marine life, such as algae, prokaryotic microorganisms, and protozoa. So you guys have to buzz in if you want to get it. Okay, we had to clear it. Okay, go ahead, Lucas.
Plankton.
Plankton is correct. Sorry, we had a momentary glitch there. We had to clear that. Plankton is correct. Also character in SpongeBob SquarePants, correct? All right, so bonus for Pottsgrove in 18th century troublemakers. Francois-Marie Arouet, better known as Voltaire, was noted for his sharp wit, but one of his satirical attacks on a member of the royal family earned him nearly a year in what infamous Parisian prison? Yes, Lucas.
The Bastille.
The Bastille is correct. And our last question in this round is sculpture. A little bit of artwork for you guys. The thousands of soldiers and hundreds of horses that were buried along with the first Chinese emperor. Yes, Gabe.
Terracotta warriors.
That's correct. It was what were they made of, and terracotta was the correct answer. You get a bonus in Kipling's Serving Men. Which of Kipling's 6 honest serving men is in the first line of Elizabeth Browning poem that continues like this? Let me count the ways. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. Yes.
Wise.
Okay, that's incorrect. The first line of the poem is, "How do I love thee?" And the answer is, how. All right, so at the end of our first round, right now, Pope John Paul II has 100 and Pottsgrove has 40. After the first round, we now go to the lightning round, but we've had some substitutions, and I'd like to introduce some members of the team. So joining Pope John Paul II would be Mary Kate and also Karen. And Pottsgrove's had 3 substitutions. Joining that team, we have Frazier and Simon and David. Now, the way this works is the trailing team, which in this case was Pottsgrove, has 60 seconds to answer as many rapid-fire questions as possible. Questions passed or answered incorrectly are then given to the opposing team, which has 6 seconds allotted per question. The same process is then followed by the opposing team. We had 3 categories they could choose from. We had bodies of water, we had math, and New York. And Pottsgrove chose New York, and then Pope John Paul II chose math. So we're going to start with New York. Lucas is going to be giving the answers. I'll start the time. We'll start the time about 60 seconds right after I finish the first question. All right, you guys ready to go? No additional information. Obviously, it's going to be questions about New York. What president was first inaugurated in New York City?
Kennedy.
The Roeblings directed construction of what structure across the East River?
Manhattan Bridge.
This poet wrote Crossing Brooklyn Ferry in Leaves of Grass.
Walt Whitman.
This mayor unseated Tammany Hall in 1933.
Roosevelt.
Which ship was scheduled to arrive at what was now Chelsea Piers in 1912
Titanic.
but never arrived? What concert hall was restored in the 1980s after Isaac Stern led the fight to save it?
Rockefeller.
Which zoo is home to the most animals in the U.S.?
Manhattan.
Time has expired. All right. We got through 7 questions. Unfortunately, I only got 2 correct, but that gives you 20 points, which means PJP, you have a chance to steal 5, so you can get up to 50 points, depending how you do on this. They're going to get 30 seconds to do that. Andrew will be giving me the answers. Okay, here we go. What president was first inaugurated?
Jefferson.
The Roeblings directed construction of what structure across
Brooklyn Bridge.
This mayor unseated Tammany Hall in
Pass.
What concert hall was restored in the 1980s?
Carnegie Hall.
Okay. This mayor unseated Tammany Hall in 1933. I'm sorry. Wait. Which zoo is home to the most animals?
Central
in the US?
Park Zoo.
Okay. And then this mayor unseated Tammany Hall in 1933.
Smith.
Okay. All right. And you also got 2 correct. The Brooklyn Bridge and Carnegie Hall were correct. All right. The ones we didn't get. President inaugurated George Washington. George Washington. The next question, we had problems with the Tammany Hall was unseated by LaGuardia, very famous New York mayor. And finally, the zoo that has more animals than any U.S. zoo, the Bronx Zoo. The Bronx Zoo. All right. So, PJP, you get to do some math questions here. So, again, we'll see how quickly you can get these math questions done in 60 seconds. And Pottsgrove's going to be waiting to try to steal whatever you miss. Okay, here we go. How many square centimeters are there in 1 square meter?
100. So, 10,000. Yeah. 10,000.
What constant equals 4 times the arctangent of 1?
5 or 2.
Pi times the diameter of a circle equals what?
Circumference.
The point of intersection of the x and y axes is called what?
Origin.
A pasture of 100 feet long and 33 feet wide. How long must a fence be to enclose it?
266.
Filling in intermediate values in a series between known values is called what?
Pass.
The distance of the point from the y-axis is known as the, okay, I didn't get to the end of that one, so we're just going to stop there. All right, so we got through 6 questions, and you got 4 correct. So that means Pottsgrove has a chance to steal 2 in 12 seconds. That's bad. All right, so hopefully they were paying attention. They're ready to go on this. What constant equals 4 times the arctangent of 1?
4.
Filling in intermediate values in a series between known points is called what, or known values is called what? You can give me an answer.
Extrapolating.
Okay. All right. Both was incorrect. It was interpolation because it's within. Okay. Inter. Okay. Extrap was close, but doesn't count. And the constant was pi radians. Pi radians, or 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Okay. So at the end of that round, we now have the scores. Pope John Paul II has 160. Pottsgrove has 60. You can still pull this out, Pottsgrove, but you got a lot of work ahead of you. Our final round consists of 15 toss-up questions. There are no bonuses in this round. However, rebounds are still permitted. So here we go. 15 toss-up questions. Toss-up number 1. Posthumous Awards. What annual awards commemorate those individuals who have contributed to human evolution?
The Nobel Prize Awards?
That's incorrect. By selecting themselves out of the gene pool by dying in an extraordinarily idiotic manner. Yes, Andrew.
The Darwin Awards?
That's correct, the Darwin Awards. In other words, these are people who died in really strange, stupid ways, and so they're out of the gene pool. Toss-up number 2, bridges. Due to an exchange of Rudolph Abel for Francis Powers that took place there in 1962, the Glenicke Bridge that linked West Berlin with Potsdam came to be known as the Bridge of what? Okay, I got an answer from
Exchange.
That's incorrect. Rebound. I got an answer from David.
France?
That's also incorrect. It was a movie, I think in the last year. Tom Hanks was in it. Bridge of Spies. Bridge of Spies. Toss-up number 3. Equilibrium. In physics, the 2 types of equilibrium are dynamic and, Thomas?
Static.
Static. Correct. Toss-up 4. Bogs. What is the name for a landscape or bogland characterized by accumulations of sphagnum? Okay, I got an answer from David.
Swamp?
That's incorrect. Rebound. Okay, Thomas.
A marsh.
That's also incorrect. Muskeg is the word. That's a little fancier. Emotion. Toss-up 5. Bullwinkle was eager to head off to What's the Matter University in Frostbite Falls, but Natasha kidnapped him. He eventually escaped, but took a wrong turn in Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine and got stuck for several days in Pancha Villa's time. Then he accidentally ate an upsy-daisium burger, leading to still another delay. Name the emotional response resulting from the continual thwarting of one's desires.
Frustration?
That is right, David. That is frustration. Good job. Okay. We all know that, although we don't always know it with Rocky and Bullwinkle. Okay. Toss-up number 6, reproduction. What adjective applies to creatures that mate with more than one partner during a single breeding season? Okay, and that's Fraser.
Polygamous.
Polygamous is correct. Thank you. I could have had a really questionable answer to it. All right, toss-up number 7, resignations. In 1990, what future president of the Russian Federation announced his resignation from the Communist Party? Okay, I got an answer from Thomas.
Vladimir Putin.
That's incorrect. Got an answer from David.
Mikhail Gorbachev?
That's also incorrect. Boris Yeltsin. Toss-up 8, punishments. In response to Iran's refusal to suspend its nuclear enrichment program, the U.S. restricted American investments in oil, gas, petrochemicals, and transactions relating to banking and insurance. Collectively, these measures, yes, Luke.
Sanctions.
Sanctions is correct. Number 9 is literary forms. These are non-fictional books of what genre? The Good, the Bad, and Me by Eli Wallach. The Time of My Life. Yes, Andrew.
Autobiographies.
They are autobiographies. The Time of My Life by Patrick Swayze, of course, known for his role in Dirty Dancing. Toss-up number 10 is computational. Alien weights. On Earth, 13 Martians weigh as much as 2 Venusians and 1 Saturnian. 4 Martians and 1 Venusian weigh the same as 1 Saturnian. How many Martians weigh the same as 1 Saturnian? Okay, I believe time expired before the end of that, so no one got that in. The answer, what did you, were you close? No? 7. The answer was 7. Yes, the answer was 7. Okay, no one got it though. Toss-up 11, Native Americans. Soon after the Russian, okay, we need to reset. Yep. Soon after the Russian Alexander Baranov arrived at Yakutat Bay in 1795, he initiated a successful fur trading program with what Native American people of the area? Okay, Thomas.
The Inuits.
That's incorrect. Rebound. That sounded like a good answer. It was close, but the Tlingit. Never heard of the Tlingits. Okay. Marine bonanzas. Nearly every year, in an event called a Jubilee, stunning numbers of crab, shrimp, flounder, eels, and other bottom-dwelling fish temporarily crowd part of the shoreline of what major bay in Alabama? The answer was Mobile Bay. Toss-up 13, international travel. The 6 countries named in the March 2017 U.S. travel ban were Sudan, Somalia, Libya, Iran, Yemen, and, yes.
Iraq.
That's incorrect. What troubled country on the eastern, yes.
Syria.
Syria is correct. Toss-up 14, nefarious engineering. Through what kind of engineering could the trade secret recipes for a lubricant, a soft drink, a special sauce, yes.
Reverse engineering.
Reverse engineering is correct. And our final question in this match, scientific tests. What kind of test yields results such as these? Boron, bright green. Calcium, orange. Okay, I got an answer from Thomas.
Flame test.
That is a flame test. And on that final answer, we come to the end of this round, and I'm waiting for the scores. Pope John Paul moves on to the finals with a score of 210 to Pottsgrove's 100. Congratulations.